Hey YouTube, it's Dimitri, and today we're going to discuss a big mistake that many quants make. So I'm a huge advocate of wearing a suit, as many of you know. I have videos on wearing suits. For women, it's important to dress professional. I had a recent video on a review I did on a brand of socks that I've gotten for gift and wear, and surprisingly, I got 2 thumb downs. So that's fine. Like, if you don't like those videos, that's good that you let me know. I can focus on other topics. However, this leads to the big issue that quants have. So first off, let me just lay the disclaimer. For like every 1,000 people probably you interview that are a quant, you might end up with one that's actually a quant. So if you're watching this and you're like, I'm a quant and I've got a business degree and I like doing math and I've been doing all this self-studying and stuff and I'm really smart, I'm a quant, you're probably not a quant. So I'm just throwing it out there. There's not very many of us. This is not like a big booming industry of like hundreds of thousands of quants all over. But let's get back to the video here, which is basically the big mistake that quants make. So you go to school at a top quant program. So say you get a financial engineering degree at, say, Carnegie Mellon or Baruch or somewhere like that, right? To get into these programs, you have to be one of the best. They don't just take any Joe Schmo off the street. You can't have some just generic GRE score and you basically didn't attempt anything and you have some joke degree. It just doesn't happen. So these people are already very competitive. So a typical quant mindset is all about mathematics and doing computer science and finance and optimization and doing all this crazy, deep intellectual things because we enjoy doing it. However, the issue is that quants in grad school, whether it's a master's or PhD, typically put all their effort into being the best and the brightest. Because the thing is these programs push you and these programs have the best and the brightest. So you have to push and you have to be the best and the brightest. And there's all this pressure, especially for different areas in different countries around the world. Different countries put a lot of emphasis on this. You need to be the best. You need to be the brightest. And that's okay. That's a good driver. You should strive to be the best you can be. However, the issue is that you're so focused on your schoolwork that quants put all their efforts on being smart and they ignore all of the politics, all of the business, all of the networking, everything you need to be successful in a career in quant finance, you just ignore. So being a quant, yeah, there's a lot of us in a small group here. There's not tons and tons of us just blowing up everywhere. Yes, there's a bunch of generic, mediocre, average Joes in a lot of these jobs, so I wouldn't consider them quants even though they have a quant job. But the issue is that legitimate quants focus so much on the quant part. Myself included, I made this huge mistake in grad school. I spent way too much time on my academic work that I didn't network. I didn't do professional events. I didn't get out there and worry about myself. And so that's where I want to go with, is that you need to look professional as part of that networking and doing things that are non-quantitative. You have to be out there and you have to compete, because the other guy out there that's saying, I'm a quant, who's not really a quant, they've got an MBA or a business degree. Right? There's no way in hell they know the information you know. There's no way they're as good as you are. But the thing is that they are out there competing. And when they interview, they look good. They have suits on. They have dress clothes on. They look professional. They talk professional. I have an undergraduate degree in business. Most of business is, yes, you learn accounting, finance, marketing, management, things like that. That's great. But the thing is that they teach you how to come off smooth, how to work in group projects. They teach you how to look good. They teach you how to give presentations. There's all these skills about looking good that you don't have as a quant. And it's not one of our strong suits. We're not out there, focusing on like being social and having fun and doing all these good activities, right? We're sitting at home on the weekends studying, or we're out playing, video games on the weekends. And yeah, we do have some friends and we do some stuff together, but we're not the business people. And so competing against them for the same job, even when they don't have the academic background, you still have to look good. You still have to present yourself professionally. And so you need to go out there. You need to practice being professional. You need to practice interviewing. You need to have a good elevator pitch. You need to dress well. I cannot emphasize this enough. This just irritates me to no end because I see so many people that just dress terribly. And yet people judge you on that every single day. When you walk down the streets in New York City, when I'm in a suit, I get treated very well. When I walk in New York City without a suit on, people treat me like crap. That's just how it is. That's the real world. You can't change it. And so for those of you that don't know, I work every single day in a suit in an office where suits are not required. People wear jeans to my office at our bank, and I still wear a suit every single day because I care about the way I look, because I want people to know I am serious. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to do the best work I can do for you. I'm not a joke. I'm not being casual. And even if I'm a great person deep down inside, you can control the way you dress and the way you present yourself. So for all the quants out there, I'm putting this out here from the last comments on my video with the thumbs down, and perhaps it was a crappy video. I don't really care. I mean, that sucks. I'll try to make better videos in the future. But the point being is that quants, you need to learn to care about things that are not quantitative. And I know it is super, super hard. Myself, for example, I didn't do the mock interviews in grad school like I should have done. And so I interviewed terribly. I graduated graduate school. I didn't have a job. I was unemployed for a month. I was being kicked out of my apartment. And at the end of the day, I luckily got the job because I figured it out the last minute by interviewing and being failed for like 6 months worth of interviews. So it took me 6 months of failed interviews of great companies just to land my first job because I was too ignorant and too focused on the quantitative side to go out there and network and practice. So the takeaway from this video, guys, being a quant, when you're in grad school, for example, don't focus 100% of your time on being smart. Because at the end of the day, they're going to interview a bunch of people and they're going to test you for skills, but it really comes down to, do they like you? So you have to be smart, you have to meet some minimum threshold, but then it matters if they like you. And so the takeaway here is for students, focus 50 to 75% of your time on academics and focus 50 to 25% on networking, being more polished, doing those soft skills that you just don't have because you've never been trained to do it. Even myself included, as somebody that had a BBA or a business background undergrad, I still didn't have the polish that I needed to get the job. For those of you that are in the industry, again, students and industry professionals, look good every single day. It's the days that you don't think matter. It's those every single days you're churning in and out of work, just getting the stuff done. You need to look good, you need to make a good impression, and the best way to do that is to dress nice and look nice. It's something easy that you can do. So that's my advice, guys. I hope you like it. If you do, comment below and let me know if you like it or you think I'm full of crap, because I've had other videos where I've told people you need to wear suits and people have like blown up and like been offended that I expect them to be a professional in an interview. So anyways, let me know. If you do like this, please share this video. Please subscribe because it does keep my channel going. It does motivate me to keep making you videos for free on my own time. But anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, until next time.